Dobry Jin. That, by the way, is one of the ways that you can say good day in Upper Sorbian, one of the two languages spoken by the Wends. Now, you may remember a couple of weeks ago I talked about how we were going to record some videos talking about the Wendish immigration to Texas. That was a couple of weeks ago. What happened? Well, life happened, things happened, life got complicated, starting to get into a new routine, working here from home and all of that. Anyway, I figured it's high time that I get back to this project. So here we go with the second video. Now, you may remember in that first video I talked about how the Wends originated in Lusatia. That's a geographic region in the eastern part of Germany. Let's take a look at a zoomed in map of Europe to see exactly where Lusatia is. All right, so just to give you some context here, if you look down here, what we have, this is the northern part of Italy. Over here, we've got France. Up in here, you're seeing the eastern part of Britain or the United Kingdom or England, whatever we want to call it. Almost here in the center, this is Germany. Now, this red area here, that is Lusatia. As you can see, most of it is in Germany, but there is a bit that bleeds over here to this country to the east, and that is Poland. And there's a wee little bit that's down here in this country to the south, which is the Czech Republic. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, the Wends are Slavic, but unlike their Czech and Polish cousins, they don't have a country of their own, and they never have had a country of their own. They've more or less lived under some form of German rule for recent history, either the Holy Roman Empire, the German Empire, more recently Eastern Germany, and of course the parts in Poland and Czechoslovakia, and now the United Germany. But they have their own culture, their own dress, and their own language, which is very distinct from the Germans who are around them. Now, let's take another look at a map that's zoomed in a little more in Lusatia. If you look here, we've got this gray shaded area. Now that indicates where the population of Lusatia is 10% or more Wendish. You see this red dotted line here that marks the border between the modern-day German states of Brandenburg and Saxony, with Brandenburg being where roughly Prussia would have been in the 1800s. Now, Lusatia is divided into two smaller regions. There is Upper Lusatia and Lower Lusatia. Counterintuitively, Upper Lusatia is actually the region that's down here to the south, and Lower Lusatia is actually the region that's up here to the north. Well, why is that? The reason why is in Upper Lusatia, it's more hilly, and as you get further to the south down here toward the Czech Republic, you actually get into the Lusatian Mountains, so in a sense, it's higher than the lower region to the north. Now, getting back to the languages, there's Upper Sorbian and Lower Sorbian. Sometimes they're said to be separate dialects of the Sorbian language, but most people consider them to be separate languages. As you would expect, Upper Sorbian is spoken down here in Upper Lusatia, and since that is closer to the Czech Republic, that language is actually a little more similar to the Czech language. Lower Sorbian is spoken up here in Lower Lusatia, which is, of course, is a little closer to Poland, and that language has more similarities to the Polish language. Now, that's it for now. In our next episode, we're going to talk about some of the conditions in Lusatia in the 1800s that led the Wends to consider immigrating elsewhere. And I'd like to take a moment here to thank Doctors Charles Wukash and George Nielsen for taking a look at this video script, for proofreading it, and offering some suggestions. And also I want to note that if you want to take a look at those two maps that I showed in the video, those are licensed under the Creative Commons Share Alike license in Germany. Check out the video description. I will link to both of them. Thanks. Have a good day.